Read that one more time. Right,
Servants.
Brother Morris. Yes. Go ahead, Sister Carol.
Love worketh no ill to his
hmm
neighbor.
Right.
Therefore, love is the fulfilling of the law.
All right. Okay. Thank you so much for that. Brother Morris, your turn. Brother Morris? Okay. All right. He seems having some challenge with his instrument. All right. So, are you still with us, Rosie? Rosie, are you still with us? Or we lost her? I think we lost Rosie. She was on earlier on. I'm not seeing her at this time. Right. Um, yeah. Who wants to speak to the topic from here? Love. And I know I can ask Pastor, but I'd like to hear from the others of us before he and his wife chips in. All right. So I'm look just see if you see my maybe turning aside. I'm just checking to see the persons who are online with us so we can speak to them directly. It says, love worketh no ill to his neighbor. Therefore, love is the fulfillment or fulfilling of the law. What does that mean? Love worketh no ill to his neighbor. You mean tongue teeth and tongue nango? Anisha? What does
Yes,
it mean?
Pastor Nash.
Yes.
Love. So this scripture was saying, love worketh no ill.
Mm-hmm.
So it's basically saying that it shouldn't hurt. If we love our neighbors, we shouldn't want to hurt them.
Mm-hmm.
The love is the fulfilling of the law. So if we say we love, then there's somewhat First Corinthians 13 said, then love, if we love somebody, we won't want to do them any harm.
You
And
say
this is
First
not
Corinthians.
my
Hold on a second. You say First Corinthians chapter 13, right? But I'm looking at
way.
Romans
Yes,
13.
yes, but they go hand in hand. They go hand
Okay.
in hand.
First,
Because
First
First
Corinthians 13
Corinthians
is the
13
same thing. Let's there.
it tells us what it is not. It's not
Mm-hmm.
tough stuff. Like if we say we love somebody, then that was one of the main commandments. Because Jesus was telling us to keep, if we keep that commandment, then we keep all of the others. Because if we love
Mm-hmm.
somebody, we won't want to kill them. We won't
And
want
which
to
which
steal
which
from
which verse
them.
are you looking at?
Love
In First Corinthians chapter
worketh
13.
no ill.
Mm-hmm.
All of First Corinthians 13 basically tells us
It says,
what
though
the
I speak with the tongues of men
mm,
and angels and have not what? Charity. What is
charity,
that? Is that
right?
love?
That is love, right? That is love.
Yes. I am become as a what? Sounding brass or a tinkling cymbal. And though I
Mm,
have the gift of prophecy and understand all mysteries and all knowledge, and though I have all faith
mm,
so that I could remove mountain and have not charity, the Bible says, you are nothing.
mm.
And though I
Nothing,
bestow all
right?
my goods to feed the poor, and though I give my body to be burnt and have not charity, it profit me nothing.
Mm,
Charity suffereth long and is kind. Charity envieth not. Charity vaunteth not itself. What does that mean, Sister Francis? Vaunteth not itself. Coming to you is not puffed up, does not behave itself unseemly, seeketh not her own. Why didn't he say his own? Is not easily provoked, thinketh no evil, rejoiceth not in iniquity, but rejoice in the truth, beareth all things, believeth all things, hopeth all things, endureth all things. Continue, Sister. Um,
mm.
yes, Sister Anisha.
Yes, yes, brother Nash.
Mm,
If we even go back up a little further into
yes.
Romans 13,
Uh-huh.
we see we see where even from verse 8, it
Yes.
was saying, "Oh, no man anything but to love one another.
Mm-hmm.
He that loved one another had fulfilled the law." So if we have love, then we don't. That's the fulfillment of all the thousand and laws that existed. Because if we have love, then if you love somebody, you shouldn't want to hurt them by committing adultery. So
Mm-hmm.
once you fulfill that love commandment, then that gives us that won't allow you to mess up on any of the other commandments. Thou
Mm-hmm.
shalt not kill. If you love somebody, you won't try to kill them. If you love somebody,
Mm-hmm.
you won't try to tell lie on them. You won't covet
Mm-hmm.
them. You just want what's best for them. And
Yes.
I was listening to Pastor Miles Monroe tonight, and he was saying, um, Jesus said we must love our neighbor as ourselves. So
Yes.
some of the times it's not that we don't love other people, it's just that we don't love ourselves.
Oh.
So sometimes if we don't love ourselves, then we won't
Mm-hmm.
know how to love others because we
Mm-hmm.
must love our neighbor as ourselves. So if we have a little bit of self-love, then that means we're only gonna love the neighbors a little bit. So we should
Mm-hmm.
focus on making sure that we love ourselves.
I
Even
see.
when we're going into marriages, make sure that
Mm-hmm.
we're not looking for the man to give us all of that love. We're supposed to love ourselves too, so that we're
Okay.
not depending on him for all the love. You know, we love ourselves. We have enough now to pour out into the relationship as
Wonderful.
well.
Thank you for
But
your
love yeah, that's my
Mhm.
take on it.
All right. Wonderful. Wonderful. All right. Pastor Francis and Sister Francis, speak to that for me now. Hello.
Francis going right ahead.
All right. Go right ahead.
You said I was to speak to Vonte. What does that mean?
Mhm.
It's to not to be boastful or calling down unnecessary attention to yourself.
Wanted not itself is not puffed up.
Right. So um you shouldn't be overcome by pride and be boastful, but with humility and tender kindness,
Mm-hmm.
show that affection to one another.
Okay. Very well.
Bible says if you love, if you really love somebody, you won't hurt them because you want to cherish anything that
Mhm.
you love. You cherish it,
Yes.
and what we find sometimes is that we love things and not people. And so
Mm-hmm.
the important thing here is that we need to love one another. And the Bible says we're to love our neighbor as ourselves. So we have to first understand that in order for us to be able to give love any at all, we are
Yes.
going to have to love ourselves and understand. Because if you don't know how to love yourself, there's no way you'll be able to love somebody else.
Right. That's a big challenge, Brother Morris. Um, if someone doesn't love him or herself, what are you really doing? You're pouring from an empty cup, or you're pouring from a cup that does not exist.
It
Brother
doesn't
Morris,
exist.
yes. Let me hear what Brother Morris is telling me now. Brother Morris, can anybody pour from an empty cup, or from a cup that doesn't exist in those situations? Can you speak to that, Brother Morris? Why the man him gone quiet tonight? Why the men are so quiet, eh? I don't know. Well, one of these nights we're gonna pull in some men from all around so that they can speak up, right? Not too sure if he's having a challenge with his line or what, but you know, you have to have it in you. It shall, and a scripture that comes to mind, it says, "It shall be in you a well." It might not necessarily speak to this area of the discussion that we're having tonight forcefully, but I think it applies in that sense. It shall be in you. So if you have it, you will give it. If you don't have it, then you cannot pour. You're going to try to pour what you don't have, and that is going to be a problem because you're going to either try to do things according to how you see other people do it and not doing it how you think it ought to be done. Anybody want to chip in on that before I go to my next question that I have for you? I've written down here, we're talking about relationships tonight. You that are online. All right. Ella Courtney, I see your mic is open. And Brother Morris's mic is now open. Hold on, Ella Courtney. Brother Morris, are you ready to speak now? Your mic is open.
Yeah.
Go right ahead, sir. Thank you so much. Brother Morris? I've lost him. Wow. One of his children came in on the line there. Not too sure what happened. But go ahead now, Elder. Pastor Francis, go ahead.
All right. So you cannot give what you don't have.
Mm-hmm.
And I say it over and over that a lot of us,
your camera is in there, Sister Francis.
A lot of us,
yeah.
We grew up in homes where we did not see any form of display of love.
Mm-hmm.
We grew up and the very same thing that we see at home, we think that it is okay. And in truth, in fact, it is so wrong.
Mm-hmm.
There are some of us who I said it at church over and over who never say, Mommy kiss Daddy.
Mm-hmm.
There are some of us who never say, Mommy and Daddy hold hands.
Some people say you're some things you have to stay in private with it. Not to come out in.
And that type of thing. So we grow our children that type of way, and they grow up and get into relationships and then doing the same thing. It is so wrong. And when you try to correct it, people will say, but this is how I see my mother do it. This is how I see my father do it.
Okay.
As some mama did do it, and as some mama did say it, and as some me are doing too. But it is so wrong.
Mm-hmm.
One thing we have to remember, Mommy and Daddy live their lives.
Yes.
And grow up that type of way.
How are you going to live yours?
The point is, when you decide to get into a relationship with another person, you have to understand, you have to charter your own course.
Mm-hmm.
You have to understand it's no more what Mommy said and what Daddy said, but it is now the both of us who will have to come together from two separate backgrounds, separate upbringing, separate minds, separate everything. And we have to come together in order, so we have to compromise and come together and build our own platform and work our platform. People talk about marriages don't work. Marriage can't work itself. It's people work marriage. It's people work relationship. So we need to get out of the whole thing and talk about relationship didn't work. Relationship can't work itself. It is we work the relationship. Marriage is we work the marriage. So marriage is not just a word, you know. Marriage is just a word, but the action. And when it's like you go to the bank and they give you a card. You have the card, but if you don't activate the card, it don't make no sense you have it.
Yes.
So you can't get your money because you don't activate the card. But when you activate the card now, you can go to the ATM, push it, press what you press, and you get your money. It's the same thing as relationship, the same type of thing with relationship. If we don't activate it and keep it oil, keep it, what is it now? When you go to the bank and you don't use your account, let's say that you lock down your account.
Yes.
You have to keep it current.
Yes.
Keep your
activate
account active.
Yes.
Keep it live.
So keep depositing. And it can't be that one person depositing and the other person drawing out. That is chaos. Problem that too.
Yes. I hear Brother Morris chipping in. Brother Morris, you agree with Pastor Brother Morris, you agree with Pastor Francis? People work relationships, or is it the other way?
No, I the same way Pastor talk. I say one relationship, I'm not a fact. Love don't hurt.
Mm-hmm.
Love, it don't hurt. If I love you, I'm not going to hurt you. I put it this way, I love what I do. I love my job. So when I do my job, I do it well. I
Mm-hmm.
love what I do. So if I
You
love
love
you,
good. So you love good.
yeah, yeah. So what
Mm-hmm.
I was at this song I always sing say, if love so nice, why it hurt so bad?
Mm-hmm.
You
So
know,
hold on. So
so
tell me something,
if
Brother
I
Morris.
really
When two persons in a relationship and one of them, because they get angry in the relationship and them use up them palm on one other person's body or face or wherever and so forth and so on. What
that is not love.
loving that?
No, no, cause if I love you,
But they do that. They do that, and then they were upset at this point, and they come back and they not move out of the relationship. They stay in the house, and tomorrow they're lovey-dovey same way. What are you saying about that?
yeah, but if I love you, you know, I put it this way, and if I angry
Mm.
and I just walk away for a minute and then we'll come back, but and we're not gonna use it for and with the person that me so we know that is not love,
Mm-hmm. Okay.
right?
All right.
So if I love you, if I love you, me not gonna hurt you.
You're
The
not
Bible
gonna
says
hurt.
for God so loved the world. No,
Okay.
love nice,
Love
right?
nice?
Yes, man.
Oh, yes, sir.
Yeah, you don't know that.
Huh?
Yes, man.
I like the retort. Yeah, you don't like that. Yeah, brother boy, sir. You don't know that.
Yeah. No, I'm wrong.
No,
Wrong.
good, good. You're good. You're good.
Yes, man. Love,
Yes.
love, wonderful, man.
Mm.
You know,
When you
love is
find
nice.
so brother Morris, you are in a
Yeah.
relationship, right? I suspect, right?
Yes.
How long you've been married?
20 odd year now.
20 odd years. And
Yeah.
here's my question. What is it that has kept your relationship going?
Love.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It goes
Love.
it goes beyond that, you know, just love.
Yeah.
What are some of the things
You
that
see,
you've been doing to keep your relationship going?
well, I'm trying to be you know a good husband
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, to do what is right.
Mm-hmm.
You see, we have to make the relationship work. You know, we have to make it work, right? They don't make it so much about it now work. It have to work. We have to make it work.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, you see, you show me love, we show each other love over us. That's the love. God
All
is
right.
love.
I thank you so much, sir, for your input so far. We're not done with you. You're still on the platform. Somebody joined us under the name iPhone. Who is that? Could you just open your line and say good evening? Khaled or Catlet Davidson? All right, iPhone now. Come in, iPhone. Person under the iPhone name. While you're opening up your phone to speak to my iPhone, person under the iPhone, Sister Sharon Dennis says, the experts talk. I'm just learning. Spice it up, the pot. Spice up the pot. What is she talking about? What is she really talking about? I think she's talking about what Brother Morris just said. Spice up the pot. Right. Maybe Sister Dorothy Rumble, who has been talking, coming on the Sister Rumble, or Sister, or Catlet, is it Carlet Davidson, coming on this. Anybody can speak in. I'm just looking at some of the names and I'm trying to elicit some responses from you. Anybody? What is Sister Sharon seem to be speaking about? Was spice it up.
was speaking about the gentleman before, you asked him what make the relationship say, and he says love. And I was saying more, you have to put in some work and spice up the pot too.
Yes.
Work.
Put in some work.
I could be wrong.
But
Put some work. What are you talking about? Mm-hmm.
Well,
Sister Doreen?
like, I'm here. Like you're learning her love language and all of those little stuff that
Learning her, hold on, Sister Sharon, you're getting warm in learning her love language. Wow. Spice it up. Go and talk me right now.
Spice where to touch and where she like, and
oh, come
all
on here.
those things are in the pot. So it's seasoning it up and spicing it. Variety is the spice of life. So that's a lot of love, I think.
All right, learn where to touch. Yes, to spice it up.
In the relationship.
Yeah, Scarlett?
Now I was saying, bless you, everybody. I was saying when to spice up your relationship, it's just like when you're cooking, if you don't put seasoning in the food is going to be tasteless. So you have your relationship, you want your relationship to be spicy. You're going to do things to keep the relationship. Learning about each other is one of the aspects, but also after you learn about each other, what next? So you have things to do. We're just not going to stop courting. We're constantly courting. You buy me flowers. You don't have to be Valentine's or birthday or something. Throw my little chocolate or something like that. Because I want to know that you're still attracted to me. You still love me. You still cherish me. You understand? And I think that's where sometimes a relationship fails because we don't do these things anymore now. Once we become married, then we just feel like I have a wife and that's it. And we have children. We don't take out our spouse on dates anymore. We don't tell them how much we feel about them. We don't tell them that we appreciate them. You understand? So, and woman likes to hear when her spouse say, boy, babes, I love you. I appreciate you. The little things that you do. You understand me? Though we have men that they want that as well. Whereas when you're going in a relationship with somebody who didn't understand what love is, you understand the experience is something new. You understand? So you want to constantly reassure them that, babes, I love you. I appreciate you. I appreciate the effort that you're putting in. And that helps your relationships to thrive. Despite that, yes, we are not perfect and we're going to have ups and downs, but we're going to work through them because I do believe that in a relationship, communication is a must. You understand? And I mean, say what you mean. Don't say something and then you don't mean it. Say what you mean. Say what is your intention for the relationship.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
You understand? Because at times we say something and we just say it because we don't want to cause an argument, but we don't necessarily mean it. We want to divert from it and we don't want the long talking, so we just said something to keep the other person shut up.
I see.
We just say what you want here or we want here, but we don't really mean it. No, it's time for us. We have a relationship and we don't want it to fail. We have children who are looking on, so we want to say the things that we mean and do what we say. You understand?
Indeed. All right. Thank you very much, man. You have come on strong too. You come on strong. Right. But before you close the microphone, Sister Scarlett Davidson, how long have you been married?
5 years, sir.
5 years. Where in the world are you?
I'm in Red Hills.
Red Hills in St. Andrew. Thank you so much for logging on and giving us such great amount of so you'll be using up these things to keep your relationship together.
Yes, sir. Try my best.
You're trying your best.
Yes, I do as much as I can, though sometimes I'm not perfect, but I try my utmost best to stay in line.
All right, you don't have to tell me the exact place, but I'm asking the question. Where's your husband? Is he with you or not?
Actually.
He's in?
He just got in.
All right. When you close your mic, just say to him whether or not you'd like to chip in and give us a word or two before we hang up. All right?
Okay, sir. We'll do that.
So right, so do that for me, and then we will definitely come back to hear from Sister Davidson's husband. In terms of what does he have to say about how the relationship has been going. But how do you how to how Minister Courtney Francis, Pastor Courtney Francis and wife. Is there a one size fits all in terms of how one relates to the next person in any given relationship?
Pastor just went out on the road, so
Okay,
he's gonna join us on the phone.
right.
But no, there is no one size fit all. People are different, and people like variety.
People like variety. That okay, very well.
And we should have variety in trying to make sure that we keep our relationship using the word that about that use spicy. There are some things that we normally do, ladies, we normally want to
we lost it there.
last time but thinking what word should I use.
Right, okay.
We have to well, let me endorse what Sister Carlet has just said. But I'm pretty sure that there are a whole lot more
Yes.
that we can do, since we're all probably shying away from it. But we have to make sure that we entice our husband. We need to dress the path. We need to flirt. We need to sexually appealing. We need to
all right, tell you what, Sister Francis, you're carrying me deep, and that is good. I want you to talk about. I want us to look at variety for next week, next Saturday. Are you there, Sister Francis?
Yes, I am.
Right. I want us to talk about variety. What are the things that I want you to get personal in and not too personal, because we are out in the public domain. But I want you, what is it that you do? What is it that keeps your relationship going is where I want to delve into deep next week, right? And to look at this word variety, right? And you were talking about the sexual and the whatever appeal and so forth. And there's so many things that's coming to my head right now because we're now at 10:35, make that 25 minutes going up to 11 o'clock. I would want us to not to cut the discussion we're having, but we want to delve into that for next week. So all those of you who are online with us tonight, you've got a place to be next week, right? To continue the discussion about relationship and adding variety. I want you to go and look at the different things, come back with some suggestions, come back with some discussion points in terms of how, because my variety is not your variety, right? My mode of dress is not your mode of dress. What would you do? There's a lady, if I could get her to come online with us, she could probably add some variety to the discussion. She's a well-known family person, and speaks about how is it that you can appease the next party, right, in the relationship, because some of us are stuck in one place. Hello? No, follow me. Right? But it's serious. Some of us we don't change. We said that I'm a one God apostolic, tongue talking holy roller believer in the name of Jesus Christ. And we stick right there. Not a problem in maintaining your faith, right? But as I always say, it's not the goalpost, but it's how you treat the goalpost. get around the goalpost, right? Are you going to teach the same thing the same way every time? Variety, variety, variety. I want you to talk about that next week when we get back in. But this is where we want to wrap up for this evening in terms of the discussion. And anything else? Yes? Go right ahead, Sister Francis.
You have asked so many questions since tonight, and I'd like to ask you a question.
Go right ahead.
I know that relationships have their ups and downs, and I don't mean to throw any cold water on this, but I'd like to know, you have 31 years of marriage under your belt. Would that mean that you have
some experience, some good experience?
If I could quote the song, you've come through many dangers, toils and snares.
Yes.
And by the grace of God, you've come this far, and by His grace, you will continue. But tell me, when you work in Kingston and you go home on a day when you are frustrated, so much different persons to deal with, and you're frustrated and exhausted. So let us say, in court, you didn't have a good day, and you got home to see your wife not properly clad, dinner is not finished, and the house is messy or the kitchen is untidy. Tell us, how
would I react?
It's not just a reaction, because I want you to tell us, what do you say? Because a reaction can be just a frown or a hysteria, but what do you say in the moment? And you're saying it, if love is so nice, hurt, and love speaks no evil, and love doesn't
I'm with you.
Tell us how you lovingly address it without any backlash.
All right, so you've asked me two things I picked out. You draw the illustration. You come home, you're tired. You are frustrated. Work was so hectic, and you're home. How do you come home and your dinner is not prepared? Am I quoting it right?
Yeah, man. Dinner not ready,
Right.
and the kitchen not clean.
That's one, and you
not
come home.
properly clad.
Yes. In the
night where you leave her from morning.
Well, 90 might be nice. If you're seen in the nightgown. But
the same one you left her in.
The nightgown, well, that might be a challenge. If you're still in your nightgown, it raises a lot of questions. It would raise a lot of questions if I go out. I left you at home, you were asleep, or maybe lying in the bed, or you might have gotten up and prepared something for me to go out, and I come back home and you are still in your nightgown. That would raise a lot of questions. And how do I respond? I naturally, you would ask, what happened? I left you in your nightgown. Why are you still in your nightgown? And depending on the response that you might get, then you might, the discussion might go further than that. But you are just inquiring. You might be you're just being inquisitive. I don't understand. How is it that they left you at home and you were in your nightgown? You're still in it? Or you spoke about dinner. Anything better? Because most times I come home, most times I'm not very hungry, But speaking literally about my own self, is that meal would always be prepared. Something would be prepared for me to even when I don't necessarily I'm not empty. Something is always there. And as I step in most of the times, and put my bag down and sit down and say, hello, everybody, good evening, whatever, and sit down just to cool out a little bit. Your dinner is coming for most times. But if it's not ready and you're hungry, you go to the kitchen, it's gonna raise eyebrows. Nothing, thing was prepared. And so what happened? There must be some explanation. And depending on the response and that is what the issue is. All of us as are humans, and you're going to ask questions. And sometimes you're strong in asking the question because there are some expectations that you might have of the other party. But it depends on the response that you get. That's how I would want to see it. And it doesn't mean that you are vexed and upset, but there's a level of
Ready?
concern, I would want to say.
You put on the pull-ups?
Go right ahead, please. Hello? All right. And somebody was asking a question there. Where were you? Or just a slip off the finger?
Sorry.
All right. Yes. So that's how I would respond, Pastor, Sister Francis. If I have not answered you fully, restate. Let me go deeper. Sister Francis, do you think I answered you appropriately?
Well, you're an excellent dancer, so I'll take it.
Okay. That is Sister Francis. But and the rest of you on the platform, is my response to the question clear cut? You think, say something to me, man. Somebody's saying that my home is actually for relaxation and less burnout. That's one person is saying to me. What are you saying? Did I answer appropriately? Or you have a different view?
Well, I believe that is a answer correctly.
Mm-hmm.
You see, matter of fact, you see, I say you go home,
Mm-hmm.
your meal always ready,
Mm-hmm.
but as Sister Friend said, what about if I go home on my own, do not ready?
Mm-hmm.
You go home and I say, I ate it day and then, you look in the kitchen and you see the place messed up, but my response, my other, no, what wrong? Only the kitchen and you still in the night home. I just say you respond what you get, depending on the respond what you get.
Mm-hmm.
That is the key point, The
Yes.
respond, we don't respond what we get. That one trigger off.
Yes.
Yeah, the respond that you get. I put it to you and say, I'll put it this way. Maybe they just say, yes, me tired. As a
You mean that might be the response, that might be the response from the lady.
Yeah.
You know, Sister Mita.
Yeah.
A hungry man is an angry man,
Yeah.
You go home and you not see no food and you see the place and tell your wife not sick.
Yeah.
I should say in a night tea. You not go home. But just say, honey, what happened?
No, yeah, no, you also but you see the response if you say and give a calm response, maybe you will kind of come but you should give a a response where the face frowns and you say, no man, this not right, and you get cause you're hungry, But if she come with a calm way and say, well, me not feel that, me not feel for my life, me kinda
Yeah.
Really, but even if up to you, but she just give you that video calm me
Somebody,
down, cause I say for
brother
instance,
Morris, somebody said they would take, brother Morris, somebody said they would take the pot and dash it down in the valley.
That's an honest
You-
response.
no. Yeah, but
They said
if you show the pot, then you want to cook the pot again.
yes, exactly the point. So if you
Yeah,
dash on the pot, that
but
means you have to
the
buy a
pot.
new pot.
But on his pot,
Yes, you have to buy a new pot.
So
what,
brother
no,
Nash.
what, Sister Francis, I always go to Sunday school and Sunday school teacher say, don't make a decision when you're hungry,
Mhm.
and lonely.
Yes.
Don't make a decision when you're hungry, and lonely. Because you're hungry, you're finger the pot, you have a back a pot,
Mhm.
right? And that you bring the pot, you can go far.
Yes.
Let me the pot.
Let me welcome Delvis, who has joined us online. Delvis is online. Welcome, Delvis. And in a short while, I know you'll come in and give your views. Another person on WhatsApp, Princess, is online, and they are talking up a storm. If she's still in her nightgown, how would you respond? I did say earlier, if I see you still in your nightgown, I would have some concerns. Because nightgown signify a whole lot of things.
Yeah.
A whole lot of things. You all of the bulb in my head bust up and bust up in my head.
Yeah.
If I see yes, if I see you in your nightgown, it's what you call in your sex, especially the nice one that you went out to buy, and you're still in it. You know what I'm saying?
And
I would have to ask some questions. As I said, all of the light bulbs in my head bust up.
Yeah,
Right?
because we never tired. I will go me tired.
Yes.
Should I chip in here?
And from a look.
Yes. You know you're ready.
Yes. The question was asked if you're still in a nightgown, coming from work.
Yes.
You as the breadwinner had left you in bed 14, 12 hours, 8 hours ago. You were probably asleep.
Yes.
You went to work. You traveled to work, went to work, worked a hard day.
Yes.
Came home. And
your fiancé.
And she's still in bed.
Yes.
Or still in nightgown, house dirty. Yes. Kitchen unkept.
Yes.
And children out of place and all of the, it doesn't, that to me is not a good look. It doesn't feel good. And especially you could be coming home miserable. You had a hard day at work. You understand? And she's home, nothing done. Man, come on. You would
your
have
neighbors. Your neighbors would hear you, Delvis.
You would have maybe flipped, man, because you have a hard day. Listen, when you come home to a place where you can feel comfortable in your spirit, right? Remember, the question was asked, you had a hard day at work. Hard day. So you're coming home now to relax, to sort of change your mood.
Yes.
That situation,
and that's what's beat you.
That situation at home doesn't help the situation that you are experiencing.
What would you do? Would you take your bag and turn around and go back to the?
I cannot tell you what would
reverse,
I do.
Reverse.
What I can tell you that I don't. Somebody say reverse.
Somebody on WhatsApp is saying that it would take God and God's grace to keep me calm.
Listen to me. That is
Anisha Simpson Nemard raised her hand in addition to yes. Anisha, go ahead and let's go because we are down to 9 minutes to the end of the program.
Before Anisha, come on. That is a bomb that is ticking to explode.
That's right, sir. That's right. Wives need to know that when the men leave home men are driven by what they see. And when
Mhm.
you leave all of what you see out the road and run come home, and when you come home, you meet her in the night, you left her in the same night. Man, I
Yes.
reverse, man. I want
My
to know.
reverse curse.
Reverse, man. I want me. She don't want no home. She don't
Oh
want no
God.
home. She want me to look for what me see out the road.
Oh
She's
Lord.
supposed to make sure that she look proper, welcome
Mhm.
me home. When no come
Yes.
home, what me see, man, we not even want to think about the harm us
The
reverse.
food.
Mm. Mighty God of Daniel.
And
And you know,
when you're looking some of these ladies, Virgin,
uh-huh.
every time you got them pretty and
Yes.
sweet, But it's
Yes.
like
Yeah.
when some of them when you get some of them, it's like we don't know what wrong with them, I don't want to get into them brain. And them feel like so well me have my one man jackass now, so you can't do anything. Not that, Not depend that, This
Oh,
this this pastor, this pastor I tell you say, when I go home, me loves to when my wife put here when we going sometime, me dumb struck, me can't talk. I'm not telling you lie, man.
mm.
Me say look well.
Ah,
Me say look
she's
well, me dumb struck,
the
me
ap-
nah go me not sometimes I don't even
the
know if you
apple of your
express
eye.
the way me
The
happy. Me no
apple
want
of
to
your
forget
eye.
that. When you go home and say she don't look right, brother. What you man?
Yes.
I reverse
Yes.
your opinion, brother.
Pastor, we've got two programs lined up out of this one tonight. To come, we're going to look at variety, and please write it down for me if you hear that I don't come back up with it. The program from now, the two programs from now, the next week we're going to look at variety and other things in the relationship, and we want to yes, a pastor talks so somebody say a pastor talks so. So yes, a pastor talks so the pastor human. Right. And so I want to also look on in the next program, not the week coming, this week coming, the first Sunday in February, the second one, it's not Sunday, Saturday. The second Saturday in February, I want to look at should any of the spouses be you regularly come home and there's familiar persons you brother and sister in operating in the era, but regularly you come home and who do you see in your house? Your neighbor or the gardener, or somebody who you know from church who they are good friends with. Every time every time that person is you come home, that person is there. Should it or
Hey,
should not? Should it
deep
or
water,
should not?
I
Jesus.
I
Deep
can
water.
almost I
Yes,
can
I
almost I can
want us to get the second Saturday in February is when we're going to talk about that. That is an issue and we talk about male or female. Yes, we're having some challenges in relationship, which are being caused by some of these factors. We want to really delve into those. But I'm gonna give what's her name now, the last say. She had her hand up earlier. I hope she's still there. Is it Anicia? Is she
Yes,
still on?
Pastor
Right. Go right
Yes,
ahead. I'm gonna give her the last
I
word for
was
tonight.
just wanting to flip that question because
Yes.
sometimes we women go out, go work, we come back home, no food, no cook. The man just sit around the TV, and then
Uh-huh.
so what is what? Yeah,
Yes.
cause and then you all be like you're tired, like you're
Yes.
tired. The whole day run off, and you're tired. It's not just the woman alone can cook and clean and make sure them kids
Mercy,
are well.
Jesus. We're going somewhere. Reverse
So
good,
rule.
it
good,
work
good.
right. It work both ways. It
Both
work
ways
Yes.
it
both
works.
ways.
Yes.
hmm But
Somebody
in
said
the
that I should
kitchen, you want to make sure you cook
dedicate the
and clean
whole
up the kitchen.
yes, the
hmm
whole date of the second Saturday in February to looking at these relationships that we have. We spoke at the start of the program, we talk about different kinds of relationships. And so we can go back to it, right? Different
No,
kinds of relationship we spoke
Minister,
about.
nobody go back to it. Let me give a jump start. I say if that is
Mhm.
the situation, hands in that milk there. If you find there, every time you come home, somebody who you know, hands in the milk. Let's start
Mhm.
there.
All right. See that in here? Jesus have mercy. Gentlemen and ladies, I want to thank you for your contribution to the discussion tonight. What a night it has been. We're talking relationships. All I'm going to do is to update the flyer, and I'm going to put it back on my status and you can find it there. You'll see it. Keep watching my status for those things coming on. If you're not seeing it, please just call up the studio number, 876-336-9928. I repeat, 876-336-9928. And for emphasis, I'm saying it one more time, 876-336-9928. That's the number. Send me a WhatsApp if you haven't got it, and say, send me the flyer, Brother Nash, for next week's program, so we can have you. We want them. I did ask for the husband of one of the persons online to see whether or not he would come and speak. I'm not too sure if he's available. We'll give him a minute just to say hi and so on and so forth. Is that person available, or we will carry him over into next week? Going. All right. I think we will carry that person over to next week. So when you're coming back on next week, folks, single people can come. Single people can come. But we want wife and husband to speak. All right? 876-336-9928. That is the number. Send me a WhatsApp to that number if you do not get the flyer for next time around. So once again, let me say thanks to all of you who have participated in the program. It's 2 minutes going up to 11 o'clock in Jamaica. Brother Morris, Courtney Francis and wife, Anisha Simpson Nemard, and husband, Carol, Courtney Delvis, Dorrit Rumble Headley, and somebody under the iPhone name. I've got Jacinth, my wife, who is online as well, and she played a listening role tonight. I hope she has had something, and when I get back into my home space, that I will not hear trouble at the camp. Right. But ladies and gentlemen, I thank you so much for being here tonight. And we're going to close off the show. It was interesting to hear the discussion and the points that you have raised. God bless you. When love shines in, joy and peace to others bring in when love shines in. Good night.
Jesus comes with power to gladden when love shines in. Every life that love that flows clear.
What happened to my song?
And it comes from God's throne. And like a river, it dwells inside me.
All right, I want to let you know that Gospel Expression Radio is ready and ready to go with their program out of New York. They will come up on your radio platform, nrpmediaja.com. So we want to just say thanks in a good way. The Lord bless and keep you. The Lord make his face to shine up on you. The Lord be gracious unto you, lift up his countenance upon you, and give you his peace. Until next Saturday at 7 o'clock. We had an issue this evening in terms of getting into stream, but with the help of my son, Leon Neal, we were able to sort that out. To God be the glory that we could stream tonight and you could have heard us. God bless you. And we're going to hand over now to Gospel Expression Radio on the radio platform. Join them. Please go on over now from the Facebook account and from the Zoom room. And from YouTube, go over to the radio platform, nrpmediaja.com, and continue to listen to great gospel music and readings from the Bible. And of course, a word or two here and there from Minister Sutton out of New York, Jamaica. Catch up with you next week. God bless you. Thank you so much for joining and being in the page and in the Zoom room with me tonight. Let me move on over and end the broadcast for tonight, the Weekendz Gospel Show. It was indeed a big one, a big deal. It was a big deal tonight. And I'm looking forward to having you join me again next time round when we'll definitely do it all over again. Adios, amigos. And as we will say in Espanol, hasta mañana, meaning see you tomorrow. All right. So I've got the NRP break of day to come in the morning at 5:30. We're looking forward to your company nonetheless on that program. Please listen up. 5:30, set your clocks and join us on NRP Radio for the NRP Break of Day program with Clayton and Hyacinth Johnson. And we do that 5:30 each morning with different speakers. So the Lord bless you. I'm going to be ending the Zoom room now until. All right? Bye-bye. 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 Good night. Good night. Good night. Good night. Open the microphone and say good night. Good night. Good night. Good night. Thank you for coming. God bless you.
Bye.
Everybody, say
Bye.
goodbye and hang up. Yes, thank you, thank you, thank you. Come on, open your microphones and say goodbye. All right, I see you going. I see you going. I'm not hearing the goodbyes.
Bye-bye. 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 Bye-bye.
Bye bye.
Hello,
Bye bye.
you're still there? Bye-bye. Thank you. Thank you.